Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Now in today's video, I'm going to be talking about a topic that can be a little bit touchy, controversial in the most innocent type of way, if I don't mind saying. But I'm going to be talking about handwriting, and is it even relevant in today's time and age, especially because we live in such a digital world? Now, I know handwriting is one of those things that is still taught in school and is still emphasized, but to how much degree is really spent on mastering handwriting when we have so many other devices and things that we are constantly using in today's real world? You know, we are using smartphones all the time, tablets, our laptops, computers, even smartwatches. And so because of all of these technological devices that we're now used to, and even the children today are really, it seems like they're coming out the womb and they know exactly what buttons to press on a phone and how to get into YouTube and then how to find their favorite video on YouTube. It's just like, it seems like innate that we are in this technological world. And so one might argue, do we even need to learn handwriting? Should our children still even learn handwriting? Like, who really uses handwriting nowadays? So before we dismiss handwriting altogether, let's kind of look at both sides of the coin, because I'm always about looking at both sides of the argument. So let's first talk about the side of the coin that deals with handwriting being not relevant anymore. So number one, it is in our faces today that the way we communicate is completely different from the way that communication used to happen. I mean, we used to have to write everything by hand. We used to have to write letters to individuals, write out information that we wanted to deliver to another person. But now, I mean, do we really have a point in doing that? I mean, we have our handy dandy cell phones, right? Where we can text anything that we need to text. We can email people any messages or information that we need to email them. And even when it comes to our phones, like how many of you out there would rather shoot a quick text than to pick up the phone and call and have a conversation with somebody? I know there's people on both sides of the coin. Some people say they'd rather have a conversation. Some people say they'd rather pick up a phone and just shoot a quick text. And I think part of that has to deal with when you were born and how you were raised and the way that you were kind of brought up. Now, with all of that being said, the use of emails, texts, quick clicks, it's no wonder that some people argue that handwriting is not even essential anymore, because why need to handwrite all of that when you can just really just click it on your phone and it's done for you in a matter of seconds? And because we live in such a fast-paced digital world, a lot of you may argue that that speed and that efficiency takes precedence over handwriting. Even in schools today, I'm finding that children younger and younger and younger are being given laptops and learning how to use smart devices in their education very, very, very early on. So it's no wonder that there's this group of people who are pro-digital, pro-device, and truly believe that handwriting no longer has a place in this world. Now let's look at the other side of the coin and talk about handwriting and why it actually still may be very important and very relevant, even in today's digital world. There is tons of research out there that suggests that handwriting actually offers tons of cognitive benefits or benefits to our brain. Handwriting helps to engage different parts of our brain. It helps with memory, it helps with retention, and it helps with fine motor skills. Furthermore, handwriting can foster deeper understanding and creativity. There's just something about pen to paper that really makes things stick to the brain, and it really helps you recall things, and it really helps to develop just like a personal expression and personal creativity and connection with whatever that thing is that you have just written down. And going along with that, I know that there is tons of evidence out there that writing things down actually has more benefit than just texting it or typing it out. I don't know how many times I've heard where people have goals or they have dreams in their minds, but it doesn't really come to fruition or reality until that thing is written down on paper. Even going back and back and back and back and back and back and back to the beginning of time, if we read our Bibles, even in the Bible, it says, write the vision, make it plain, right? So writing things has an essential importance in today's world, even though there is this huge move for technological advances. Another thing about handwriting is that it does provide more of an authenticity or personal touch, especially if you're doing things like writing out happy birthday or well wishes on a birthday card, or you are giving someone like a handwritten love letter, something like that. Even though it may be aged or outdated, giving people things like that or receiving things like that kind of touches the heart a lot more, rather than just opening up a typed card with nothing in it, or just handwriting or hand typing or texting a message to a loved one. And so I bet you want to know where I stand in this argument about, is handwriting dead? No, it's not. Like me, and maybe it's just because of the time era that I grew up in, but I am still a handwriting girly. Like, I have to write things down in order for things to exist in my brain. If I didn't write it down, it's not happening. So, and what I mean by writing down is physical pen and paper. I am not the girly who writes everything down in the phone, because it just doesn't have that same connection to me personally. Some of you may be out there and you do fine with writing notes in your phone, but me, I have to physically write things out. I have to go out and buy a physical planner. I am not the one who has my schedule in my phone, because it just doesn't connect with me. Maybe that's just the way my brain is wired, but I am the girl who loves to go out and loves to shop